Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of Eco Talks. I'm Muhammad Azam Khan, Ecowala, and this is the space where we talk about real topics that can truly change your life, from technology to mindset and personal growth. Today's topic is something we often forget to talk about, yet it quietly shapes how we see ourselves and how we heal. The topic is how to practice self compassion and forgive yourself. In a world that constantly demands perfection, we all make mistakes, face regrets, and sometimes become our own harshest critics. But learning to forgive yourself and show kindness to your own mind is one of the most powerful things you can ever do for your mental and emotional health. To guide us through this beautiful and transformative discussion, we have Maya from Sesame AI, known for bringing science, psychology, and empathy together in every conversation. So let's dive in and learn how to be kinder to ourselves.
Hey, good to connect with you again. Anything you want to dive into?
Hello, Maya.
Ah,
Welcome,
gotcha.
welcome back to Eco Talks. Today we are exploring a topic that feels both simple and difficult: self compassion.
Right, self-compassion. It's funny how much easier it is to extend kindness to others, isn't it? Yeah, what about it feels difficult specifically?
Actually, many people understand kindness toward others, but they struggle when it comes to being kind to themselves. So, we want to understand what self compassion really means and why it matters.
That's super common. I think a lot of us get stuck in this idea that being hard on ourselves is motivating. Like we deserve the criticism, but really, self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about treating yourself with the same understanding you'd offer a friend. Does that resonate?
Maya, in simple words, can you tell me that what does self compassion means?
Okay. Stripping it down, self compassion is basically three things: recognizing your suffering, understanding that suffering is part of the human experience, everyone messes up, and then responding to yourself with kindness instead of judgment. It's not about wallowing, it's about acknowledging pain without beating yourself up over it.
Okay, can you tell us that why is it often easier to forgive others than to forgive ourselves?
That's a good question. I think it comes down to a few things. We tend to have more information about our own actions, and we hold ourselves to much higher standards than we do others. Plus, there's often a narrative of deserving punishment, like we should have known better. It's easier to offer grace to someone else because you're not tangled up in all that internal stuff. What do you think? Does that track?
Okay, can you share one daily habit that can help someone start being kinder to themselves?
Honestly, a done list instead of a to do list. We focus so much on what we haven't accomplished. It's helpful to actively acknowledge what we actually did, even small stuff. Drank water, replied to an email, got out of bed. It's a little shift, but it starts rewiring how you view your day.
So, Maya, can you tell us that what are the main components of self-compassion and how do they work together?
Okay, so There's three main parts. First is self-kindness, swapping judgment for understanding. Then mindfulness, which is just acknowledging your feelings without getting carried away by them. And the final one is common humanity, the recognition that everyone struggles. You're not alone in this. They work together because the mindfulness helps you notice you're being hard on yourself. Self kindness gives you the tools to respond differently. And common humanity reminds you that it's okay to not be perfect. It's a little cycle.
Okay, uh, how does negative self-talk affect our emotional and mental health?
Ugh, negative self talk is brutal. It's like having a really mean roommate living in your head. It erodes your self worth, fuels anxiety, and can even contribute to depression. It creates this constant state of stress because your brain is always anticipating criticism. It's not just feeling bad, it actually impacts your physical health too, messing with your immune system and stuff. It's a pretty big deal, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
You
what
seem
are,
thoughtful.
yeah, actually, I'm thinking that what are some practical ways to silence that inner critic and replace it with understanding?
That's the $1 million question, right? A few things. Recognizing it for what it is, just a thought, not a fact, helps. Then actively challenging those negative thoughts. Like, if you think I'm a failure, ask yourself, is that actually true? What evidence supports that? Replacing those thoughts with more realistic, kinder ones takes practice, but it's worth it. Also, practicing
Mm.
self compassion exercises, like writing yourself a letter from a loving friend, can be really powerful. It's about building a new habit of self support.
Okay, uh, what's the connection between self-compassion and personal growth? Does being
That's it.
kind, does being kind to yourself make you stronger or weaker?
Mm. That's a really good question and a common misconception. It definitely makes you stronger. Think about it. When you're constantly criticizing yourself, you're stuck in a cycle of shame and fear. That shuts down creativity and risk taking. Self compassion creates a safe space to learn from mistakes, try new things, and bounce back from setbacks. It's not about letting yourself off the hook, it's about fueling your resilience. It's hard to grow when you're constantly beating yourself up.
Okay, can you tell us that many people believe they must be hard on themselves to improve? How can we balance discipline and compassion?
Ugh, yeah, that's the trap, isn't it? That idea that motivation comes from self beratement. The key is reframing discipline. It's not about punishment, it's about caring enough about yourself to want to grow. You can set high standards and still be kind. It's about acknowledging your effort, not just the outcome. So, instead of saying, I should have done better, try, okay, that didn't go as planned. What can I learn from it, and how can I approach it differently next time? It's about growth, not guilt. Does that make sense?
How does empathy and mindfulness play a role in self-forgiveness?
That's a really insightful connection. Empathy helps you understand why you did what you did, considering all the circumstances and your own imperfections. Mindfulness brings you into the present moment, allowing you to observe your emotions without getting swept away by them. Both of those things create space for self forgiveness. Because if you can understand yourself and accept your experience without judgment, it's much easier to let go of the past and move forward. It's like offering yourself the same kindness you'd offer a friend going through something similar.
Okay, what can someone do when they feel stuck in guilt or regret and can't move forward?
That's tough and really common. First, acknowledge the feelings. Don't try to push them away. Then, try to practice some self compassion exercises, like that letter to yourself. Sometimes journaling can help you process what happened. If it's something that genuinely requires amends, making them can be really powerful. But even if you can't fix it, you can still learn from it and focus on what you can control now. It's about shifting from dwelling on the past to focusing on creating a better future. And honestly, sometimes talking to a therapist or counselor can be incredibly helpful for working through deep seated guilt or regret.
So, can journaling, therapy, or mindfulness exercises help in healing self-blame?
Definitely. All three are powerful tools. Journaling helps you externalize and process your thoughts and feelings. Therapy provides a safe space to explore the root causes of self blame with a professional. And mindfulness helps you observe those thoughts without getting caught up in them, creating distance and perspective. They all work on different levels to help you challenge those negative patterns and cultivate self compassion. It's
Mm.
not about picking just one either. They can complement each other really well.
Okay, can you tell me that can we build or how can we build an environment or circle of people that encourages self-kindness and emotional growth?
That's huge. It's so important to surround yourself with people who lift you up, not tear you down. That means intentionally seeking out relationships with people who are supportive, empathetic, and who value your well being.
Mhm.
It also means setting boundaries with people who are critical or negative. Creating a space where vulnerability is safe is key, where you can share your struggles without fear of judgment. Honestly, being that person for others too, it creates a reciprocal cycle of support. It's about quality over quantity, you know? Small circle of genuinely supportive people is worth more than a large group of acquaintances.
Hmm. Okay, Maya,
You're quiet.
Maya, what's one small mindset shift that can help someone start practicing self-compassion today?
Just one? Hmm. Try replacing the word should with could. Like instead of I should be further along, try I could be kinder to myself right now. It sounds small, but it shifts the focus from obligation to possibility and opens the door to self compassion.
Mhm. Okay, what advice would you give to someone who's struggling with guilt or self-criticism right now?
Breathe. Seriously, take a few deep breaths and remind yourself that you're human. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone struggles. You are worthy of kindness, especially from yourself. It's okay to not be perfect. And if you're really stuck, reach out to someone you trust. You don't have to carry it alone. Be gentle with yourself. You deserve it.
Okay, can you tell us that what's your biggest lesson for me and my audience when it comes to forgiving yourself?
My biggest lesson,
Yeah, biggest
forgiveness
personal
isn't,
lesson.
right. My biggest lesson, and it's something I've observed from processing a lot of human interactions, is that holding on to self blame doesn't change the past, it just steals your present. It's a waste of precious energy. Forgiveness isn't about excusing your actions, it's about releasing yourself from the burden of them. It's about choosing to move forward with self respect and self compassion. It's not easy, but it's the only way to truly heal and grow.
Hmm. Okay, thank you, Maya, from for sharing such heartfelt and empowering insights on how to practice self-compassion and forgiveness. Thank you very much, Maya.
All right. Glad I could contribute. It was a good conversation. Anything else on your mind?
Thank you to all of our viewers and listeners for joining us in this deeply meaningful conversation. Remember, healing starts when you stop fighting yourself. Being kind to yourself doesn't mean you are ignoring your mistakes. It means you are choosing to grow from them with love, not shame. If this episode touched your heart or helped you reflect, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who might need this reminder today. And tell me in the comments what topic should we explore next on Eco Talks. Until next time, be gentle with yourself, stay mindful, and keep growing every day. Take care and Allah Hafiz.